Record. All right. So today we are going to be looking at business or product launches. And this is something that we have spoken about a lot in the 5 a.m. session, to say when a new person comes in or when you are an FBO, you need to do a product launch. And we did say that this is something that you not only do once, but you do it continuously, consistently. And so today we just want to look at what is a launch. So what do you do when you are doing a launch? How do you structure your launch, and what do you need to do like for your setup, and how to invite guests to your product launch? So a launch is when you have started a business and you want to let people know what you are doing. So you can either invite like a group of your friends, your family, or some colleagues from work and neighbors, and then you invite them to come to your home, or you can do it at a specific venue, maybe like at a restaurant, and then you get a big table, somewhere where it's relaxed, somewhere where people can come and sit. Most people don't do product launches because they feel like it's expensive. I need to go hire a fancy venue. It doesn't have to be, a fancy venue. This is something that you can do even at your home, where you are staying. You just put up chairs, maybe outside in the yard, somewhere where there's shade and people can come in and just sit. So product launch doesn't always mean that, go find a fancy venue or a restaurant and spend a lot of money. This is something that you can do even in the comfort of your home. For those that stay in complexes where there are boardrooms, you can actually book the boardroom and just ask like your neighbors to come through. If it's at work during your lunch time, you can invite a few of your friends, maybe in your lunch area. You sit and you show them your products. So it doesn't have to be a very big, expensive occasion. And typically, I recommend 45 minutes to an hour. And this is where you are doing a presentation on the products. So when I do my product launches, of course, because it's a product launch, I will start with the product. I will give the products maybe 45 minutes. This is where, you're talking about the benefits of taking care of our health. You're talking about the benefits of the products, and you're getting people to test the products that they can test. You are also doing product demos, like your iodine tincture with aloe vera gel and all of that. Then I leave like 15 minutes towards the end to then introduce the business side. So typically 45 minutes to 60 minutes. But if it's something that you are doing during the work lunch hour, for example, if people have 1 hour, you don't want to take up the whole hour with your product launch or with your business presentation, because then people are not going to want to attend. Probably they still need to go and eat and do other things with their lunch hour. So if it's something that you are doing with your colleagues at work, I would recommend maybe 30 minutes, do 20 minutes of products. Pick the key products based on what you already know about your colleagues, because these are people that you would know the products that would work for them. So you don't have to explain all the products. Pick the key products, just share about the products, and maybe leave the next 10 minutes to just talk about the business opportunity side. Or you can just introduce the fact that there is a business opportunity and maybe invite them to a presentation that is happening over the weekend. So the time that you allocate for your product launch depends on where you are doing your launch. If you're doing it at home for your neighbors and everything, an hour is fine because they are relaxed, they are in their home environment, they are not in a hurry to rush anyway. But if it's like a lunch hour, then you obviously need to keep it short. There are some people who go do product launches at you know, places in their community like the clinic, or you want to do a product launch at a school near your area. If you are doing that, people don't want to hear, we are going to be here, we are going to come, and our presentation is going to be an hour. That is too long. Remember that these people are at work, and you don't want to take up too much of their time. So when you go there, some people, they get denied, not because these people don't want to hear about health, but they are thinking 1 hour is too long. So it means you would then need to structure your launch in such a way that, you are taking into consideration the time element for the people that you are inviting. So normally when you're going to schools and hospitals, request for 15 to 20 minutes. Like I said, you don't have to talk about all the products. You just have to let them know that you have health and wellness products. You pick maybe 2 or 3 products that you're going to share in a bit more detail. Introduce them to the fact that, there is an opportunity for them to make extra income, and maybe take their numbers and let them know that you will share the invite for the next presentation. So then you can then invite them to a health talk. There are health talks that are happening every week, product trainings. Then you can even invite them for a business presentation. So the time that you allocate should match with the people that you have invited. Make sure you are aligning it and you are not inconveniencing people, because most times some people don't come to our presentations because they feel like, an hour is too much, I have other things to do. So tailor your time to your audience. Then it a product launch is also an opportunity for people to sample and purchase the product, learn more about Forever, and schedule their own launch. Okay, this I've already mentioned. If you have product testers, that is the time where you are going to get people to sample the product. One product that I love for people to sample is the heat lotion. So you can just rub them like on the shoulders or something like that. It's because they get like that instant relief, and they get to feel it as the heat lotion is getting into the skin. It feels nice. The smell of the eucalyptus, they get to experience the product same time. If you have your berry nectars that are open, you can get them to test. It might be expensive for you to be opening a berry nectar or a full 1 liter bottle at every presentation that you go to. So find products like the heat lotion. I do open Forever Kids. If there are kids that come to the launch, I just give them one to taste. And because they taste like sweets and the kids like them, that's another way of getting your products tested. You can invest in the aluminis as well. It's better to open a mini for if people are going to test aloe vera gel than for you to use the 1 liter bottle, because if you open it and it doesn't get finished, now it's a waste. You have to drink it and you have lost 540, though it's not really losing because it's also an investment for the future. So but there are some people who cannot afford to invest a whole 540 bottle. Then it means use your aluminis. You can open one mini and then just give them small to sample. So have products that people can actually sample. It motivates them to purchase when they get to interact with the product. Then your product launch is also an opportunity for people to learn about for you to learn about the products quickly from your sponsor, especially for those people who have just started and you are not sure what does the product do, why do I need to use it, all of that. If you organize a product launch and your sponsor is coming, they're coming to help you to explain the products, and that is another opportunity for you to learn, because as they are explaining the products, you also get to pick up something from that. So you don't just organize a product launch, people come, your sponsor comes, and they are busy explaining, and you are busy doing something else. Take it as an opportunity for you to actually learn faster, because when you are seeing and hearing, it's faster for you to grasp and to learn how to explain the product than when you are reading from the catalog. So when you do organize a launch, take the time to listen to the person who is presenting about the products, about the business, because you also pick up something, and that's how you get to learn on how you are going to pitch the products to others. All right. I know I talk and I talk and I talk. I hope I still have people. Just let me know if you're still here by just typing in the chat. So how do we have our product launch? When you are doing your first launch, uh, remember that you won't be alone. You don't have to be alone. Invite your sponsor, invite someone from the team, your team member, to come and support you so that they can guide you through the process. Plan the event properly. So you have to send out invites. You have to know how many people are coming, and you have to cater for them. So if you are going to do like a sample of the products, you have to know who have you invited, who is coming, what type of products am I going to share, what time is this launch going to start, how are people going to get here, when do they need to leave, all of that, just your normal planning for an event. And then you you decide whether it's going to be afternoon or evening. That is just up to you, depending on who you are inviting. And what you will need is you will need someone who's going to talk about the products and the business opportunity. It can be you, it can be someone else, but you need someone who understands the products and is able to explain them, because you don't want to do a launch. You have invited people, they have come through, and then you are stammering and stuttering. You don't know how to explain the products. So if you feel that your product knowledge is not strong enough, then invite someone who's going to help you with the product presentation or with the business presentation. And then you need the relevant literature for during and after the event. One of the best things to have when you are doing a product launch is the catalogs, and not just that one, the PDF one that we normally share with the prices. Have the catalog, the one that comes in your Start Your Journey combo. You can also just buy a catalog from the center. It's good to have a product catalog, because even if you do a 2-hour launch, you won't be able to explain all the products in detail. And having a catalog, and sometimes you're not going to have all the products in stock. So having a catalog that people can look through, maybe after the presentation they go through, or if it's at your workplace, you've done a product launch for your colleagues, you can give them the catalog to say, you know what, I'm going to give you this catalog. You can go through it this week. Let me know the products that you like from the catalog. It looks professional, you look organized, but also it's a great way for them to to go through the products even after your presentation. So make sure you have the catalogs. If it's flyers, they are product flyers. You can have that, product brochures. You don't have to do them from scratch. These are available at the center. You can actually order them directly from Forever. Your Y Alu, your tooth gels, your Y Forever. You can get those flyers and share them at the end of your product launch. Then you have you need to have products, obviously, the products that you're going to display. And if people want to place orders, then you also need to have products. When you are setting up, make sure you do your setup before people arrive, so that you don't start doing your table and everything once people are seated. So this goes to part of planning as well. Make sure you keep time. If you've invited people for a launch that starts at 1, you don't start preparing and doing your table at 1. Start at least 30 minutes before. By 12:30, you are putting up your table, you're doing your setup. You know, they recommend that you shouldn't have children or pets. I like having kids around because then they can convince their parents to buy them the Forever Kids. But it's up to you who you're going to who you're going to invite. Provide samples of your favorite products. I know currently we don't have samples at the center, but this is just a great way of, like, people have come for a launch, and when they are leaving, maybe you have samples of the tooth gel. I've seen there are shops where you can buy the small plastics that they can be sealed. Maybe you can do like your own samples for the people that are coming for your product launch, so that they leave with something. Maybe you're like, okay, this is our tooth gel. Go try it for the next few days and let me know what you think. Because you've already explained to them the product, and now they get to go for a few days and use the product and actually experience it. It makes it so much easier to make a sale to that person. And it makes it so much easier to follow up. Have you ever noticed that it's so difficult when people come for a product launch and they say, no, we're going to get in touch. I'll definitely order something. Now you want to follow up, but you don't know, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? When you've given them samples, if they said, no, we will definitely order, or whatever they said when they leave, now you can actually follow up without feeling guilty or without feeling like, yo, what am I going to say? Because all you have to do is just check on them and ask how is their experience of the product, and that's how you get the conversation started. So provide samples of your favorite products. Keep the display simple. That I don't think I need to explain that. And then how to invite people for a product launch. So personally, I feel like the best way to invite people is through calling them, but you can send a text. So, hi H, how are you? What are you doing on Friday night or Friday morning? And then maybe they will respond, because remember, some of these people, they are people that you already know. So they are people that you can actually have a conversation like that with, if you're inviting your colleagues or your friends or people that are staying in your area. And if they do reply to say that they are free, you can just say, great, I'm having a few friends over for a glass of wine or for a cup of coffee or for juice, whatever it is that you are doing, as I'm launching some of my new products, and I would love for you to join us. Simple as that. You don't need to say, hi, I'm a Forever business owner. I want to teach you about our No, 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 no. Hi, how are you? What are you doing Friday night? And they will say maybe nothing, I'm free, I'm going to be at home. Then you say, great, I'm having a few friends over for a cup of coffee. And as I'm launching some of my new products or as I'm launching my new business, doesn't matter what the case is, and I'd love for you to join us. When you invite someone like that, they are so open to attending. Very rarely do they say no, especially if it's someone you know. Of course, you can't just go to a stranger on Facebook or on the street and say, hi, what are you doing on Friday? That sounds creepy kind of, and they won't take you serious. But if it's someone that you know, someone that you've interacted with before, then you can actually use that approach if you are going to invite them via messages, or you can give them a call. I believe talking to people brings more results than just texting. So that's how you invite. So let's say today is Monday. I've spoken to H. She said she's free on Friday, and I've told her about, the friends that I'm having over, and I'm going to be launching my new products. And she said she's going to attend. So the next thing that I do is on Thursday, I need to contact her to confirm that she's attending. And maybe it's something like, hi H, how's been your week going? I wait for her to respond. Just wanted to make sure that we are still on for coffee tomorrow. You are giving the date and the time, so we are still on for coffee tomorrow at 12, tomorrow at 6, whatever time you had agreed. This is for you to just confirm that they are still coming. If they say yes, then maybe you can ask them if you need to share the location of the event, like you send them an address and all of that. So you are confirming that they are still coming, and you are confirming the details of the launch or the business presentation. Simple as that. Does it make sense? Am I talking to someone today? Just type in the chat. I know my voice is a bit hoarse, but I hope you can hear me clearly. So that's how you invite to your product launch or to your business, especially if you're inviting people that you know. Then when the launch starts, just like we spoke about with the presentation, you're going to welcome everyone, thank them for coming. You're going to share your story. This is something that we spoke about yesterday in terms of how do you structure your story in a way that people are going to relate, and also in a way that makes people more open to listening to what you have to say. So you've thanked them for coming, you've welcomed them, you are sharing your story, and then after your story, you go to the products and the opportunity. Remember, keep it simple. You don't have to lie to people to convince them. You don't have to come up with fancy, ridiculous stories. Just keep it simple. Keep it at a level where they can connect and relate, and then pass the products around for people to try. If you've prepared drinks, allow people maybe to get a glass before you start so that you don't have people walking up and down and everything. Or if you want them to have drinks at the end, really, it's up to you. So that's how you open your launch. And then in closing, you thank them for coming, you thank them for their support, you let them know that you are taking orders and payments. For those that want to place their orders, for those that want to leave, of course, you have to let them know that there is no obligation for them to purchase. They can decide to say, you know what, I'm not interested in buying the product. But those that would like to place an order, you can let them know to stay. While the others are leaving, they come to you, they get to know the prices, and they can, place their orders. You can also, this is also where you announce further launches to say, I will be having another business launch on this date. So that means you have to be someone who's organized. You have to be someone who's already done your calendar and volume mapping at the beginning of the month, because then you would already know when is your next business presentation, when is your next product launch, and then you can invite them or ask them to invite their friends or family or whoever for the next launch if they want to learn more, or if they have people that they feel could benefit from the product that you have shared and the business opportunity. And then if there are people who are interested in the business side, this would be a great opportunity for you to then meet with them after the launch and make an appointment. Maybe you can agree, okay, no, let's meet tomorrow at such a time. Let's discuss this further. And then you share more details with those that are interested. So basically, that's how you do your product launch. And remember, like we said, this is not something that you do once. This is something that is continuous. So you don't just do it once when you start the business. You have to do a product launch, at least 2 launches in a month, every single month. The new people that you're meeting, introduce them to your products, introduce them to the business. Be someone who is constantly planning product launches, business launches, talking to people. Um, sorry. That is the end of my presentation on business and product launches. I hope you learned something from the presentation. Let me know what you've learned. If you're using online launches, there are people who actually do product launches online, like via Skype or Teams or Zoom. You can also do that. This is maybe for people that are not where you are, and then you can then just do it with them on Zoom, and you can be sharing the products there. And then always remember to follow up on people that have attended your product launch. And we do personal, what do you call them? The PUPs, the personal use product packs that you can give to your customers at the end of the presentation as samples or packing for your prospects. So let me know, what did you like about today's presentation? What have you learned from what we were talking about? Any comments, any questions, any additions, subtractions? Let's get to hear them in the chat. I'm also going to allow people to unmute themselves if they would like to speak. I see I have some chats here. Let me let me open the chat and see. Okay, how do I need to stop the recording?